So here's two transformations from past students, and the one on the left has very intricate cutouts um, all around it, and there's a message carved into it. So this one could even be like our project with the political commentary. And then the second chair, I think, speaks for itself. The bow, the single eye, it starts to become a creature, but it clearly remains a chair. The goal of this project is to shift the chair into a new form in a way that's amazing, and to think of it as a sculpture or art object rather than to think of it as a little version of a comfortable decorative chair.
The clay chairs we made in class were a warm-up to this project with the larger foam core chair. One reason was to simply play with a material that's really easy to additively and subtractively change, unlike the foam core, which is a little more difficult. And secondly, it was to begin to get in the habit of not falling in love with things that you create. This is a common problem. So if you're spending 7 minutes on something which you probably wouldn't keep anyway, and then you're asked to crush it and then make another one, what happened? I'm particularly be interested to hear how you felt when you did the smashing of the first chair.
Two more examples. We have the tennis shoe chair, which could have been not that interesting if it was roughly thrown together, but it's just, there's some kind of effort to it. The craftsmanship, it really relates to the form of the original foam core chair in some way. There's some kind of care in it, even though it looks it's sort of like thrown together, but still well crafted. And then I still remember about 5 years ago when the student pulled out this Barbie doll chair, which she literally ripped apart, Barbie dolls she had in her collection as a child. And I don't know if there's anything left from the foam core chair, which is perfectly fine. And it was kind of a shocking image. The scale of that also, the piece is about 16 inches tall, so that's another variable you can change. Just the size of it, the form of it, adding pieces, throwing pieces away, changing color, adding new association. There's many options. The goal is just to do something very unique to yourself and a bit surprising to the viewer. Consider the chair transformation project to be sort of a physical manifestation, something concrete that's partly about brainstorming. So there's a crafting element, but the first part is to think of many options. And part of that thinking is the sort of thing we do with our hands and our eyes, not so much just our brain. The chair project will be submitted by email because we're going to be at the museum on Friday. So it's due Thursday, March 28th. And what we need are two good photos. I suggest shooting them on a sheet, something completely neutral. The only object in each photo should be the chair. And look for soft lighting by placing it near a window. And we're going to show both the front view and the back, because I'll talk about this more when we're looking at sculpture at the museum. But one element of a bad sculpture is it's said to be frontal, and that means that if you look at the front side, you kind of know exactly what the back will look like. Do you think this notion that the current university system is grounded in the principles of the 18th and 19th century, possibly a bit in the 20th, do you think that's true? And true or not, could you say something about so far in college, what experience and education, or maybe there's more than one, have been the most valuable for what you believe you'll need in your near future, say within the next 5 years? Imagine it's 2039 instead of 2019, and that you have some say in the evolution of the educational system, particularly the college years. How do you think it might change? How do you think it might have improved to be relevant to what could be happening? So, what is a key point, a takeaway after watching that 20-minute video? Do schools kill creativity? And certainly feel free to disagree with anything that Ken Robinson spoke about.